Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are on a fantastic day wherever you are around the world. And yes, your eyes are not mistaken. This is a match preview show. It seems like yesterday football did end, but now it's back. Football has come back, and now it's the first proper game. Of Liverpool's 2020-21 season, a very long season it's going to be, and we are going to be, previewing each and every single game of this season, and hopefully a successful season as well for the Reds as well. But if you could do me the massive favor and please like this video, share it out as always as well, guys. And if you're new to the Cop Council, then please hit that subscribe button. But I do have some very special guests to help me with this match preview show, and I will introduce him right here, right now. So I do have Mr. Douglas Horn from the Dugout Football Channel. Doug, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm not doing too bad. It's quite weird you saying match preview. It was like the season ended like on the 26th of July, and now we're back to a match preview. It's mad.
Yeah, I know.
But
Thank you
very much for having me on again. And you're closing in on 300 subscribers now, 12 away, I believe, the last time I checked. So getting closer.
Yeah, it's one of these things that's like slowly getting closer, and I just think that fingers crossed we can get there by Saturday. Actually, no, not by Saturday, by Wednesday. I will say by Wednesday, fingers crossed we can get there. But yeah, if you're not yet subscribed, then subscribe. What are you waiting for? Subscribe. But yeah, we will be talking a few things tonight. We will be talking about some injury news. We will be talking about our thoughts for the game against Stuttgart as well. I have to mention that we are playing Stuttgart tomorrow. You can watch it on LFC TV. It is on there, I believe. I think monthly fee. I think it's about £4. I think, and then I think you can cancel it, after pre-season. So, if you guys want to watch, of course, Liverpool's 2 games against Stuttgart and RB Salzburg, then do go over to there as well. Or we'll have a match reaction for you guys as well, with all like the details with it as well. But yeah, a little bit of breaking news then in the sense of things, but I will get onto that in a little bit. I can see a few of you guys in the comment section right now. Liz Golding's in. How are you, Liz? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. AA Magic is in as well. How are you? Hopefully having a fantastic day. Hey, mate. Absolutely. Hi, lad. But yeah, let me get into some breaking news then. And that breaking news. And hang on a minute. We do have another very special guest. He's just joined. He is running late. I am going to kill him when we get off stream. It's Jack McLSE. Jack, how are you doing, mate?
Thank you for that, mate. Apologies, everyone, I'm late. Thank you for having me on, as always, lad. You can tell me off after this, but technical issues,
like guys, when this goes off, we're going to kill Jack. But no, we're kidding. Absolutely brilliant having you on, mate. Of course, as well, guys, please go and follow the guys as well. Their descriptions are, their links are in the video description down below. But yeah, honestly, it's... a bit of a mad show we got tonight then. It was really, it was just going to be me and Dagano Jackson, but that's great as well. But yeah, of course, the breaking news that I was going to get to was the fact of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. As you can see on screen right now, Jurgen Klopp has confirmed that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain will miss the whole of pre-season. It's a huge injury concerning Ox. Of course, Ox has been, of late in his Liverpool career anyway, has, come back from a very troubling knee injury. And now, sadly, it does seem that he is now injured again with his knee as well. Of course, Jurgen Klopp saying it's an unfortunate situation and everything like that. Of course, he did pick up the injury in training, which is a big shame then for Liverpool Football Club. But realistically, I want to get your guys' immediate reaction to that news in the sense, and I'll start off with Jack. What is your thoughts on Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain missing the whole of pre-season?
Gutted, mate, and I think we spoke heavily. I think every single one of us on all of our channels, every single one of these around the world, we've spoken about players not getting injured in pre-season and how important it was. I think it was inevitable. Some players, especially players that have got slight muscular injury history record with muscular injuries, considering the little break that they've had, and they're just playing far too much football and it's going to continue for the next 12 months in terms of like playing 3 games every day of the weekend, every day of the week anyway. But I'm if I was Klopp, I'd be very disappointed. I wouldn't be too fussed if it was like a Milner, because I think obviously he's a player that has not got the biggest injury records. He's quite solid. He can play through the pain barrier. But Ox, it seems to be another reoccurring problem yet again, like the likes of Danny Ings and previous players like that, and gone by Naby as well. Hendo. Now you're asking the question if Liverpool don't reinforce in midfield options, and especially if you do get rid of Marco Grujic, what's if a couple of players get injured? What we then have to do?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is really now the question of whether or not Liverpool will go into the transfer market, really. And I know, Doug, I know that we've been linked now to a few players. And before I do forget this as well, the rumour is anyway, it's a similar injury to Jordan Henderson in the sense that Ox will miss around 6 to 8 weeks worth of football. So it is a very long-term injury type thing. So, Doug, do you think that we have to dive into the market then in the sense of, like Jack said, if, another midfielder got injured, we'd be a bit lacking in that situation?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I have to say, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain again getting injured. He's just had no luck with injuries. And the thing is with him is that he gets into a good run of games and then he gets injured. It's the same with Keita. He gets in a good run of games, he gets injured as well. So, but yeah, I totally agree where you're both coming from. I do think we need to strengthen in the midfield for sure. Obviously, we all know about a certain player from Bayern Munich that obviously is getting linked, and I think if we get him, then I think that'd be very, very good. I've seen Aouar as well seems to be mentioned as well. So yeah, I do think we need to strengthen in the midfield, especially if one of our midfielders gets injured again. Then yeah, we are going to be lacking there very, very much so. But yeah, let's just pray and hope that Ox recovers very, very quickly, because it's looking like 8 weeks that he's out injured, which is a big blow.
Yeah, it is for sure. And guys, please do feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below and let us know your thoughts and opinions on the Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain situation. Jackson, how are you, Jack? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Inter Milan and Sevilla 2-2. Yes, they are drawing right now. I was watching the final before we went live, and to be fair, it is one hell of a final right now in the Europa League. AA Magic says Jack Lad as well. To be fair, I think Lad now is our favourite sentence in a sense, because of course Naby Lad. I think we all love that. Liz as well saying Jack wanted to make an entrance. Yes, Jack did want to make an entrance. He did, to be fair. AA Magic saying as well, Doug Lad. There's a few fans of yours in your Doug. Liz says it's a little frustrating, to be honest. Yeah, I absolutely get that, Liz. I agree in the sense, in the fact of, I think this season, we all thought that Ox could be, that creative midfielder, if you want to call it that, to be fair. I think one question, and I think I'll ask both of you lads. I'll start off with Doug first. Of course, with, the likes of Takumi Minamino, do you think he could be moved more of an 8 role this season, with the likes of Bobby Firmino? You're obviously playing, the false 9 role, but do you think Takumi Minamino could play an 8 role in the preseason?
Absolutely. Why not? Why not just try it out? See what happens. I think that's the only way Minamino gets games, to be honest with you. I think him and Firmino are too similar in the way they play. So I think if you change Minamino's position, I think he could potentially make that position his own. But obviously looking forward to our first game. Obviously, there's a chance to see some youngsters as well. So it's going to be a very interesting game. I have to admit, I do not know much about Stuttgart. Only about the fact that I know that obviously from past players of Lucas Podolski being there, and obviously a certain Timo Werner was there as well. So I can't. I honestly, yeah. Sorry, I had to mention that. But I think the reason we're playing Stuttgart is probably because of Nat Phillips being on loan there last season. So I think there may have been a bit of an agreement in that loan to have a friendly. But going to be an interesting game, and I think we will come to team news. But in all honesty, I don't have a bloody clue who's going to be playing tomorrow.
To be fair, I think all of us are in that same boat. To be fair, I've written some notes down on the laptop to the side of me of like who could be playing, and it's like, do you want to do a guess who? It's like that. But Jack, I'll ask you the same question. Takumi Minamino, I know, Doug has said him and Bobby, they play very, very similar in their respective positions then. And realistically, do you think that he could become a number 8, or do you think even, could maybe Klopp change systems in the sense and maybe go for a 4-2-3-1 and maybe play Brewster and Bobby, and work that maybe in pre-season?
Yeah, that's the beauty of pre-season. You can test and change just at the time if you want to experiment. And I think if Klopp, when he does bring in any players, they're very versatile players. Obviously, Minamino can play all across the line, and similar to obviously every player in the Liverpool system is expected to play even left back or right back to a James Milner if they need be. But you're spot on there, mate. Yeah, I think we can experiment. Why not? It's pre-season. Drop. I think one question that a lot of fans have been asking around the world is if Liverpool were to have got an attacking striker or something, put Bobby more in his position that he played at in Germany for Hoffenheim and drop him more central in the midfield. The Coutinho role, obviously, Coutinho played down the left-hand side as well, but just experiments. And Curtis Jones, as much as it's not nice to see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain injured, but it's another opportunity to see more minutes from Curtis Jones, which I think would be fantastic. I think Ox would have been slightly. Everyone at home, let us know. Would you have put Ox ahead of Jones? It'd be interesting to see what everyone thinks. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, guys, do let us know. I know that a few people are mentioning some names, but yeah, let us know as well. I know this isn't really a transfer, video. Of course, we're doing a match preview show, but let us know, any players that you would like Liverpool to sign, maybe, and fill a little gaps. Of course, we've already filled one gap in Kostas Tsimikas for this summer, so we will talk about him probably, in this video as well. But Liz has said time to splash some cash, potentially, Liz, maybe, as Jack is happily showing there. Jack says we should sign Inter Milan's Nicole Barella. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Could be Barella.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah, he is a very good player. To be fair, one player I would like to sign is it Bastoni, the centre back for Inter. I think he's a very good defender, and I've watched 2 Inter Milan games, and he's been very, very impressive in them. So of course Liverpool still need a centre back realistically, because we only have 3 right now in Van Dijk, Gomez, and Joel Matip. So very, very interesting. To be fair, Jack says as well, he's a top young player. Absolutely. AA Magic says Minamino is my favourite player. Remember when he played against us and dominated it? It's because he had confidence. Since joining us, we haven't used him enough, so his morale and confidence has been low. Yeah, I agree with that. AA, I think he spoke to Japanese TV yesterday and he was talking about Liverpool, and I think he said that he absolutely loved winning the Premier League with Liverpool, loved the whole experience, but the most frustrating thing for him realistically was not scoring and not assisting really. And I think that is what I think Liverpool brought him in for 7.5 million, I think it was at the time, in January, and it was a fantastic signing because Manchester United were rumoured to be getting him for 25 million, and we absolutely stole him practically.
Unlucky.
Unlucky, yeah, very much unlucky. Do you think that with, of course, we talked about Bobby Firmino and others as well, and Takumi Minamino as well. Do you think, of course, the gap between the front 3 and the rest is so low down? Of course, we got Ryan Brewster coming back, from Swansea and having a really impressive time at Swansea. Do you think that he can maybe bring that gap a bit further up, this season, or do you think he may go out on loan again, or what are your thoughts on Ryan Brewster?
It's a tricky one. It's a real tricky one. He was absolutely fantastic at Swansea, so there's no doubt
Yeah.
about that. It'd be interesting to see because like there have been a few Premier League clubs in for him. I believe Sheffield United were one of them as well. I think Aston Villa was another one, although they're one Origi as well. Yeah, pay up Aston Villa. We're not selling you for cheap. Sorry, 17 million.
70 mil, I reckon that. 70 mil for Divock Origi, gotta be.
or double that at 34 million or something. Look, I'm looking forward to seeing Brewster play. There's no denying it. The guy's a goal scorer. You know, he holds the ball up very well. I think if he was to be on the bench for our team, then I think he would definitely narrow the gap between the front three. As much as we absolutely love Divock Origi, obviously he had a few good games last season. Obviously Everton at home and obviously Newcastle away on the final day of the season. I just don't know if he's good enough to be up there as one of the good strikers. So it's definitely a chance for Brewster for sure because I think we're going to probably be seeing like Harry Wilson go out the door and probably see more players like that go out as well. So yeah, big opportunity for Ryan Brewster, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jack, of course, tomorrow is the game against Stuttgart. Is there any, returning player for you that, you're intrigued to watch tomorrow or, very interested in seeing tomorrow?
As you mentioned, Brewster and Elliott, really. I think two names I think Liverpool fans they're just excited. They're so young players anyway, and there's a certain lad in Manchester that a lot of the Premier League fans really rate in Greenwood. I think he's a year younger than Brewster anyway, so I think both of them, but Brewster especially, as Doug mentioned before, he was at Swansea. He played quality, and I hope we keep hold of him. And we've mentioned what Harvey Elliott would do, but I'm hoping he stays because there will be a lot of rotation. Divock Origi, the saga that could go on forever. Does he stay? Does he go? But those two, mate, and obviously Curtis Jones. I just can't wait to see, especially those three young players, just get more minutes. I know it's going to be difficult, but for every second that they do get on the pitch, I'm pretty sure the Klopp's got confidence in them to really bring their best ability to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. I can see a few people mentioning some very weird names in the comment section, and we will get to that now in a minute. Liz says, at Jack Thomas, I'd like us to sign a senior player who's ready to play and be adaptable. I think realistically that's a Jurgen Klopp signing in itself. I think I think if whenever we're linked with someone, I think you two would agree perfectly. If they can, I think Jack mentioned it. If you can play right back and left back, I think you are the perfect signing for Jurgen Klopp. To be fair, Diz is in. How are you, Diz? Minamino and a false 9 forward, a cam more likely. Yeah, I would agree with that. To be fair, mate, I do absolutely agree with you on that. Jack says he's 23 and he's quality midfielder and he would fit the Klopp style of play. This says Jason McAteer. We could do, as part of a legend contract, but nothing else. Jack says very good defender. He's keeping Skriniar out of the squad. I think that's with Bastoni. I think that's who I was on about. To be fair, let me scroll down in comments because there's actually quite a lot of them right now. Mo says Thiago is a must sign if we want to excel. No better passer of the ball in midfield. I've seen a lot of people mention him, and I know that all of us would take Kevin De Bruyne. I think everyone in the Premier League would, and realistically, I think I said this on Twitter. I think, yes, I would sign Thiago Alcantara, but if that meant Gini Wijnaldum left, it's a no for me. Jack, is that the same for you if Gini was to leave?
We spoke before we come on here, mate. I think we could do a whole 2-hour video with Gini contract saga debate. But a question I want to ask everyone, especially you two in particular, is in terms of if we're talking about players with their injury history records. You got the Ox, you got obviously Hendo with his knee. He could need more injections this year, or potentially more surgery. And then Naby as well. You never know what Naby you're going to get from week to week in terms of starting 11. And Thiago, he's got an injury record as well. Would everyone accept, or would you rather bring in a player that is less likely to get injured?
I can see what you mean there.
If you were to bring in Thiago, don't get me wrong, there's no doubt in Thiago's quality. We've seen him this year absolutely boss the Champions League. I want him at Liverpool because I think he'll improve Liverpool massively. As you mentioned, if we do lose Gini, I think there'll be a gaping hole in Liverpool's squad in midfield at quality. But if Thiago was to come in and get injured, that's not what Jurgen Klopp wants. No. And don't be wrong, in a couple of weeks after the Champions League, we'll probably get Thiago. But I'm just hoping if we do sign him, he doesn't get injured and he's out for a long period.
Doug, go on.
I think you're absolutely right. I think we're getting to that stage now where we seem to be getting a lot of players who are like injury prone. I will ask you both this because there's a name that's come to my head who's been linked with Liverpool in the past, and I think he wouldn't cost too much. Will Hughes from Watford. I know he's been linked with us in the past, and I think I know that face. I know that face you're like now.
So I'm just log off in a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I mean, to be honest, there's not really anyone I would take a Watford, to be honest. And apparently Watford were one of the teams wanting Harvey Elliott. So I think that's a big bye. And apparently the other team that were wanting Harvey Elliott was a certain Stevie G at Rangers. So that might be something to be interested in as well. But there's not many midfielders that I would want right now, apart from Thiago, because Thiago is a player who can unlock defences. But I do agree with you about the injury record. It is a bit worrying when we've obviously had Henderson, obviously Keita, and now obviously Ox, who can't seem to stay fit for chalk or cheese, if you want to put it that way. So it's going to be very interesting to see who we get. And I actually saw today actually that Juventus have, I think it was released, Higuain,
Khedira.
I mean, Khedira, he's not got much injuries, but it's going to be it's a tricky market. Let's put it this way: it's going to be a tricky market anyway. But maybe Klopp's got one trick up his sleeve because he knows the Bundesliga very well. So I trust Klopp in this instinct.
I think in the sense of, I absolutely agree with what Jack had to say, in the sense of maybe injury thing, like people being injured is a thing now for Liverpool, because realistically, we've got so many players now in midfield, especially, that are starting to pick up injury worries. For me, I would love Thiago, like you lads have said. I think, he would absolutely fit into Liverpool's style, without a shadow of a doubt. For me, I would like Jose Mayowa from Lyon. I think he would also be perfect in this squad. I just think he would. I think, what is he, 23? And you could probably get him for about 45 million, maybe 50. A push. At one stage we were going to buy Nabil Fekir for 52. So, and then, that was delayed due to injury. And then his brother just decided, oh, you've got a problem with your knee. Oh, we're going to ask for more money. No, we're not going to give you more money because your knee's buggered up. No. Like, bugger off, Nabil Fekir. But
to be honest, I've got a dream signing, and it's never going to happen. But I would absolutely love Ruben Neves in this Liverpool team, because I think we're missing someone. I think we're missing someone who actually is not afraid to actually hit it from outside the box. I don't think we scored many outside the box goals last season, so Ruben Neves would be a fantastic signing, but it's never going to happen, unfortunately.
I could see. Yeah. I'd say you're spot on there, mate. Like, in terms of, he fits the Liverpool profile, and like, he's very young, not very young, but he's 23, 24. He's at decent age. I think Liverpool's transfer committee could actually agree on that. And you're spot on with Liverpool shooting from range. Next season, teams will park the bus a lot more than they did this year to Liverpool. And so the questions are going to be asked, how do Liverpool score more goals? Will it be from defenders chipping in with more goals? Or will it have to be midfielders chipping in with a lot more goals? And obviously Fabinho, I think he done an interview this week with Liverpool TV. Klopp told him to start shooting.
Yeah.
And Fabinho said it wasn't confidence enough. And the goal against City, he said it was fantastic. And every single time you see him warming up before the game, in every single game, would be like when he managed to get down the ground, he bangs them in from like 30, 40 yards. Yeah. And you're like, is that he basically the Brazilian Steven Gerrard from outside the box?
To be fair, I think you're right. Absolutely, I think that's probably a thing that's been missing from Liverpool in a sense is maybe a Steven Gerrard. I went wild then. Yeah, I went full on Scouts then. But yeah, it's like a Gerrard. But we've missed that type of person that can whack one from 40 yards. And Fabinho, he's done that. He did that this season. The goal against Palace and City as well. But yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts and opinions as well, and whoever you'd like to sign this summer, and if you agree with all the lads as well. Let me scroll up because there was one very interesting comment that I did see, and that was from Diz, and that was sign Leicester centre back, the Turkish dude. I'm not really a fan of Lord Farquhar, but it's. I'm not going to waste him now, but yeah, he is a good player. But for the price, he's probably going to be way too expensive for Liverpool. At least Mo says anyway. Brewster, no way good enough to replace any of the front three. Ruby's in as well. Hi, Rube. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day. Jack says Sayonju is quality centre back, but he would want a starting role. Yeah, absolutely agree with that. If you listen to Indy Callagher, apparently he's already going to Barcelona. If you listen to any of his stuff, I was going to say something else then, but I'd rather not. Maverick says we ideally need both Thiago and Gini. Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. I think one thing I was going to say was I think Liverpool don't want an Emre Can type thing to happen again, because even though Fabinho was coming either way for Liverpool because Liverpool needed a number 6, but they really wanted to keep hold of Emre Can because I believe Jurgen tried for 18 months to try and sign Emre Can to a new contract, and he just let it expire. So I think what Jurgen's doing is he's identified Thiago as a replacement, and then if Gini does decide to leave or Liverpool decide to sell to Barcelona, because Barcelona is realistically the only place being linked right now with Gini, of course, with Ronald Koeman getting the new job. So yeah, I think Liverpool are just covering their bases anyway on Gini anyway. But Liz says as well, I sadly think Gini may want to leave after this year. Keep Gini and buy Thiago as well. Maverick says, personally, I don't see Thiago coming due to the fee. By the way, wants not only that his agent is using Liverpool's name to generate more. Yeah, I think I said this on a video, and I think the other lads have said it on their videos as well. There was the rumour of PSG very interested in Thiago, and I think Bayern Munich were using Liverpool to maybe get PSG to come and bite the bullet and pay 30 million and things like that. But apparently PSG now are not interested, so I don't know what's happening there, to be awfully honest. Though Liz says as well, I want someone like Milner, just a tad younger. I think we all want that, to be fair. But yeah, Jack says Gini linked to Barca, now Koeman is the manager as well. But yeah, I will dive more into your comments, guys, in a little while. But let's get talking then about starting 11 predictions. Now, like we said earlier on, this is a guessing game, and it's really a guess of guess who, realistically. So I'm going to start off with Doug, because I know Doug's itching to answer this question. So Doug, who is going to be Liverpool's starting lineup for tomorrow's game against Stuttgart?
Put me on the spot there, Jesus.
Yep. Absolutely. Funny enough, you put me on the spot on your channel the other week. I instantly didn't know what to do.
Payback.
So this is payback.
back's a bitch. You bastard. Oh, God. Right. I think Adrian will start. Hate to say it, but I think Adrian will start. I'd rather him start over than Loris Karius, to be honest. Because I think Alisson will probably play the Salzburg game. Then I think it'll be the new Greek boy, Greek Lightning, as you like to say. Shimikas at left back, and then I think it'll be Big Verd. I think we might see Sepp Vandenberg as well, possibly. I think we might see him. And then right back, definitely Nico Williams. And then midfield, I would probably say Fabinho. I'll go for Milner, and then I'll go for Keita. And then up front, I think we might see a bit of rotation here because I don't think we need to see the front three. It's more about sort of players getting games, I would say. So I'm gonna go for something weird here. I'm gonna go for Divock Origi. I'm gonna go for Ryan Brewster, and I'm gonna go for Xherdan Shaqiri.
Very interesting.
So my lineup just to confirm: Adrian, Shimikas, Van Dijk, Vandenberg, Williams, and then Fabinho, Milner, Keita, and then Origi, Brewster, and Shaqiri.
Ooh, very, very interesting. Jack, it's your turn now.
I think I'd approach it. I'd go quite strong because I think we need the momentum, and really obviously we got the charity shield or whatever you want to call it, the Mahis Cup or whatever, against Arsenal. So I think I'd go with Alisson. Is Trent still on Aldi or is he back? Do we know?
So the problem with Trent and Harry Wilson are both out injured. So they didn't travel to Austria, so I think they're both at Melwood right now. I think. Trent's out. Yeah,
good Nico then. Van Dijk, Gomez, Robbo left back, Jones, Milner, and Gini. Yeah, I'd go with them. And I'd be very intrigued. I'd love nothing more to see Brewster up front with Mane and Salah. That would be very tasty. I'd love to see that. See how we because I think if you put Brewster, no discredit to the Swansea lads, but they're not on the level of those two. But I'd be very intrigued. I've been dreaming about that moment. I think Rihanna has as well. Anyway, playing up front with those two. Anyway, but yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, now it falls on my shoulders. I haven't thought of this realistically. So I'm going to go with Adrian. I think he's going to be the goalkeeper for tomorrow. I think the back four will contend of Nico Williams because Trent's out. I think then centre backs. I think Virgil's going to be there. I would then go for who have we got there? Nat Phillips. I think Nat Phillips might get a game. And then I do think it will be the new boy, the Greek god in Kostas Tsimikas. I then think that Marco Grujic is going to play in the sixth role. I think he's going to get some game time there. Then I think it's going to be the midfield of Curtis Jones and Naby Keita. I think them two. Very Jesus, Doug. So I think it's going to be them. And then I think it's going to be Ryan Brewster, Harvey Elliott.
3-2 Sevilla.
Oh, is it?
Oh, is it? Oh
no.
I wanted to win that. But...
Oh, no. I don't want Sevilla to win that. Jesus Christ.
I don't want Sevilla either. I want Inter.
I thought Doug was going 4-3-3.
3-3. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought as well.
You've either got like three more guesses, like three more players, or six.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Just a bloody hell. But yeah, I'm going to go for, what did I say in midfield? Naby Keita, Curtis Jones.
Grujic.
Yeah, and Grujic. And then I'm going to go Brewster, Harvey Elliott, and Sadio Mane as well. So that's my team anyway. But very, very interesting. You know, we should really put a bet on this to see how many players we get right.
Probably none.
Probably none. Yeah, probably none. It's probably going to be like all of the under-21 squad. I don't like that. But yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts anyway on the starting 11 prediction. If you're watching in the live chat right now or watching on repeat anyway in the comment section. Ooh, I can see a pile of comments here. Let me answer them for you guys because you guys are brilliant. And let me just scroll up. And as Doug is kindly showing to the screen right now, you're looking at the screen. But yeah, Maverick says as well, a 4-year deal to a 29-year-old in the hustle and bustle of the Premier League is a massive wage pocket. I think the problem with that is, I know that's been the rumoured thing for Thiago, but there's a difference between rumoured and facts. And I know that none of the reliable Liverpool sources have said, I know Melissa Reddy has come out and said the Liverpool are talking to Thiago, but none of them have said it's a done thing then in a sense. But yeah, I know where you're going from there, Maverick. Maverick also says, well, from a Liverpool economic view, playing to 33 is an intensive team. Can't see it. If not a pandemic, then possibly, but only on a free. But again, Thiago and Adrian would want £220,000 a week potentially. If it's a free, then yeah, they'll probably want more money on that aspect of things. Maverick also says, well, the only reason why there's a yarn for Thiago is because Keita just hasn't delivered enough yet. Better to get Van der Beek. I'd have to disagree. I would disagree to an extent with that because I think Naby over the last 4 months has been superb. I think he's been probably Liverpool's best player. Yeah, for sure. I think he's been and easy Liverpool's best player. But 6 months to about 4 months of a 2-year stay. I know what you mean in that aspect of things, but I think now, if he can keep hold of that spot, I think Naby will be absolutely superb for the rest of the season. They should pay now Gini what he wants. I think that's all of our morale. Guys, do you agree with that? That just pay Gini what he wants?
Yeah, it depends. It could be. Gini seemed like an absolutely lovely fella in interviews, and he's very much a family man. But we don't know in the backstory, really. We're not a fly on the wall. We wish we were, because we could just see what the holder was, but it could be just Gini hasn't publicly come out and said, I want to leave. I think there will come a time when he will have to say that, or I think his family might want to move. He's come up to 30 years old. He's going to go back to PSV, go back to see his family, and I think no one could begrudge him, really, because he's not been an absolute legend at Liverpool, and he started the ball rolling for Liverpool to get into the Champions League with his vital goal against Middlesbrough all those years ago in the last game. Yeah. But as my heart's saying I want him to stay, but it just depends where Gini's heart is. Could be away from Liverpool.
Yeah, absolutely. Maverick says as well, we won't know where PSG stand about this until after the Champions League final, which hopefully they lose. The only player I'm really rooting for there is Mbappe.
It's going to be one of the most one-sided finals ever. I think Bayern Munich will wipe the floor with PSG.
Fighting words. Maverick says as well, top three, front three, I think that is. Midfield, Fabinho, Curtis, and Keita. Mo says, well, hope Kostas Tsimikas gets some gameplay. Hopefully he does. Tomorrow. Maverick says Tsimikas, VVD, Gomez, Nico. That's his back four. Maverick says Brewster and Shaqiri and Taki to get some minutes. Yeah, I think, to be fair, and I think we have all forgot about this. I think Rajesh says player perfectly. Do you guys forget we always play 2 different 11s in one half? We usually do, but I don't know whether or not we'll do it now because of the situation. But potentially we probably will, and I think we might still. No, but of course, with interactions and things like this, then I do think that it may not be a possibility. It probably will happen, and everything I've just said is probably going to be irrelevant. You come tomorrow, but yeah, we did forget a bit about that. Liz says, well, it's Gini's last big contract. Yeah, that is a very, very true thing, to be fair. And realistically, I know, we've spoken a lot about Genie tonight, and, I do agree in a sense it is probably going to be his last big contract. And, Barcelona at the minute, they're just offering money out to anyone.
Even put a bit in for me. I'll be playing midfield with Virginia in there.
What, get that esports contract ready?
Nah, I don't know if I'm terrible with that.
To be fair, isn't Pez what's his name with Barcelona?
So yeah.
I think so, yeah. It's weird like that. But yeah, I think realistically it depends on Ronald Koeman, what he's going to do. Because, of course, him being the new Barcelona manager, apparently he already doesn't want Luis Suarez and has told him he can leave the club. So, that's that in that aspect of things. But guys, let us know in the comment section, would you like Luis Suarez back at Liverpool? Jack straight away, no. I'm a no as well, to be awfully honest. So, Doug, are you a no as well?
Yeah, but just imagine him coming off the bench. Imagine him coming off the bench for like one of the front three if they get tired, etc. You've got Luis Suarez, but obviously we've obviously seen what he can do at Liverpool in the past. But no, I wouldn't have him back. I find it amazing he's been linked back to Ajax, to be honest.
I just say, I think Robbo would absolutely spark him out after that Barcelona game.
Yeah,
I think it Suarez that flicked him on the calf, and he got off injured. Yeah. So Robbo being Robbo, I think he'd introduce him kindly in his first week if he ever did come back. Don't mean be allowed back.
I think it was that. I think it was the interview, wasn't it, with BT, where they said, with Suarez taking you out, and then Robbo, he made the greatest reply ever. He shrugged and went, "Well, we'll go into the final." So, one of the best, one-liners ever. To be fair, but Mo says as well, I bet Jadon Sancho would prefer to sign for Liverpool than Manchester United. Who wouldn't? Right now, who wouldn't want to come and sign for Liverpool Football Club right now? Best team in the world, world champions. It's life at Liverpool is just brilliant at the minute. But I will. We will close out this match preview very shortly. So thank you to everyone that has tuned in to tonight. But before we do go, I will ask Jack this first. Score prediction for tomorrow, Jack. How do you see tomorrow going for the Reds?
I'd say I'm hoping it's a goal fest really for both teams. I think nothing worse than watching a pre-season game and there's the boards rolled or something. I go 3-3. Make it interesting.
Oh, 3-3 for Jack. Doug, is it a 3-3 draw for you as well?
6-2 Liverpool.
Jesus,
it's going for the big one. I thought you were going to say 8-2. Do a Barca, but
we'll just see those tweets all on our timeline going, I'd 8-2 to be freaking.
Yeah, they to be Stuttgart.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, but I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for a 4-2 to Liverpool. I think it's gonna be a 4-2 to Liverpool. But yeah, I can see. Let's answer a few more questions before we do head off. Liz says Koeman won't be at Barca next year. Suarez is long in the tooth, and that could be dangerous. Lol. To be fair, I think yeah, that is definitely that for sure. Rajesh says, to be honest, midfield is the last place we need to fix. Winger, striker, and a centre back are the priorities. Yeah, I would agree with that in a sense. I think centre back is probably the ideal position, but then I think you have to think that as well because Fabinho can play there as well. Maybe Klopp doesn't think that we need to, iron out that position. Maybe Fabinho can play there 1 or 2 games, and then we can maybe play a midfield of Keita, Thiago, and Henderson, maybe because of course there's other things like that. But it'd be interesting to see what Liverpool do actually do, in the summer because I do expect signings. To be fair, in this window. Liz, to end the show, says 4-1 LFC. I'd absolutely love it. Absolutely love a Liverpool win for the first game, realistically, of the 2020-21 season. It'd be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, thank you to every single one of you that have tuned in to this match preview show. It's been absolutely fantastic to talk with the lads tonight about transfers. We talked a bit about the game. We've talked a lot about the game. We talked about tactical stuff and like that. We've talked about individual players as well and what we would like to see from them this season. But Jack, thank you so much for coming on, mate. Where can we find you on the socials?
Just Jack Mack at LFC, mate. Apologies, it was a bit late. I make sure I'm in the backstage for a good half an hour on the next show anyway. But thank you for having me on, mate, and everyone at home. Thank you for watching. Nice speaking to you, Doug, as always, and everyone at home. Keep safe and well, and we'll see you very soon.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming on, as always. To be fair, there is going to be some hair dryer treatment now in the next 10 minutes.
I don't think my hair doesn't need drying, like, needs cutting, like, but I don't know.
Nah, I'm joking. But Doug, thank you for coming on, mate. Where can we find you on the socials?
Well, the Dugout Football channel on 426 subscribers now, so my next target is 500. But obviously, thank you very much for having me. Obviously, go over to Jack to subscribe to Jack Mack LFC. Go subscribe to Connor at the Cop Council. But come to me as well to subscribe.
I know what he's doing.
Come to me to subscribe that as well. So, but no, thank you very much for having me. And let's get Connor to 300 subscribers very, very soon. He's on 288 at the 288 at the moment, so hit that subscribe button for Connor. He's a great guy. He's fantastic with his content, so please go and subscribe to him.
Thank you very much, mate. I was almost going to cut you off then when you were saying that line.
He done a politician move. He brought it back to the original comments. He went on a bit of a tangent.
It's a tactical thing. To be fair, guys, if you're a long-time viewer, you will get that joke. I believe it was on a transfer video, and we did. I think we did it with Kyle. I think it was myself, Doug, and Kyle, and we did it. And oh my god, it's just become the running meme now. And to be fair, I think it'll always be a meme on this channel and all of our channels as well. But thank you, lads, for coming on to tonight's show. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in and liked. This video. If you could do me the massive favor and please like this video if you have enjoyed this content, and if you would like this throughout the season, have all the lads on and have some talking points to talk about. And if you could, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are closing in on 300 subscribers, and fingers crossed we can get there within the next couple of days. But until next time, guys, that is going to be it from us. I've been Connor from the Cop Council, and we will see you all next time. Ciao, Reds.
You never walk alone.
You know what?